things are a little different today. Everybody all right?
Yeah.
Good. Some yes, some no.
We're surviving.
Yeah. I've been thinking about giving this talk for a long time, and honestly, I've talked myself out of it more than once. But I want to talk about how Unitarian Universalism is many things to many people, even though the church building is just one place. Our church is a common ground, a refuge, a way station, and a home. One place, different things. One place, different setup. One song, different words. Often people who find Unitarian Universalism aren't so much looking for us as they are looking to leave somewhere else. My parents grew up Baptist. They met at Carson Newman, a Baptist college. They got married in a Baptist church. He became a psychiatrist. She was a science teacher. They had questions about their faith, and the answers they kept getting were along the lines of, you have to have faith. The Bible says so. It's God's will. Good people don't question God. And those answers set even less well with them, the doctor and the science teacher, than things like, the earth is only a few thousand years old. So they looked for another community where questions were welcome and where answers were a process. My parents were also politically left-leaning. By the time I came along, they were living one rural county over from Lynchburg, Virginia, which was the center of Reverend Jerry Falwell Sr.'s Thomas Road Baptist Empire. They, instead, wanted a place where their passions and their philosophies and their priorities weren't dismissed, scoffed at, or denigrated. And they found UUs. I think the first Unitarian Church of Lynchburg, Unitarian Universalist, don't ask about the name, just know that it is an example of the fact that even among the most liberal of faiths, change is hard. But the UU Church of Lynchburg is akin to our fellowship here, a little blue boat, persistently bouncing along on a bright red sea. People want a community, people like my parents, they wanted a community of like-minded souls. Whether the like-mindedness is social, or educational, or philosophical, or political. And for those people, Unitarian Universalism is common ground. Sometimes the leaving of another faith is less intellectual. There are more welcoming churches today than there were even 10 years ago. But some traditions treat gender and sexual orientation differences harshly. People's identities are rejected. People are told their ways are sinful, that God will banish them to hell. And they hear this from people they've known for years, who they've trusted, who have told them that they love them. And some traditions, though they do not overtly condemn these differences, are of the hate the sin, love the sinner variety, which is kind of like the bless your heart of religious acceptance. And this isn't limited to the people who embody these differences. Their friends and families and loved ones may also be leaving those traditions in solidarity and allyship. If they won't love you, they're not the place for me either. Unitarian Universalism for those people, whatever level of dissatisfaction, discomfort, or brokenness they're on, personal or tangential, is a place of refuge. a place where their lives can be affirmed, a place where they can be themselves without fear, a place where they are not afraid to share who they're friends with, who they're related to, who they are, and who they love. And sometimes, people just need a little breathing room in their lives to figure out where to go next. And they find UUs, a neutral and welcoming and supportive place to let life happen a little. Unitarian Universalism is about the search for truth and meaning. We talk about all manner of spiritual paths and support people along all manner of religious journeys, which are individual and unique and may not end with us, and that's okay. A gay couple I met at a UU church had come there looking for a place they could be themselves and find supportive friends. They stayed for several years, though one half of the couple stayed more aligned with the religious tradition he'd grown up in. Eventually they got married, and they found their family on all sides was a lot more accepting of the couple's life together than they had feared would be the case. When they realized they could still have loving family in the familiarity of their old tradition, they moved on from UU. For people like that, and for people who figure out they need something that we don't have, Unitarian Universalism is a way station. And for some of us, Unitarian Universalism becomes home. I'm a little bit of an anomaly because I grew up UU. I had a whole church family of people who cared about me and supported me and took me hiking and taught me about photography and went through the Sunday school curriculum, why bad things happen to good people, several times at several different age levels over the course of my growing up. They gave me graduation presents. They ate what I cooked for church picnics, which is much better now than it was then. They gathered round our family when my father died, my first week of college. But I went to college several hours away, and I stopped going to church. My people weren't there, and I wasn't great at new people. I moved to Nashville, and I worked 5 p.m. Saturday to 1:30 a.m. Sunday, often. So church wasn't happening. Also, still not great at new people. But I managed to find one, and we got married. And I moved to Clarksville, and we had children. And we realized what we wanted for them. We wanted what we had each had in our childhoods was a church home. And here we are, I think for about 11 years now. This has become home for us, where we talk, we share, we think, we gripe, we clean, we cut grass, we support each other in many ways, and I hope that at least some of you feel the same way about our fellowship as a place to call home. So I've been talking about how Unitarian Universalism is different things for different people, how it meets different needs at different times, but I want to shift focus a little bit to this time and this place. Many of us have been lamenting in recent weeks how Tennessee is more and more uncomfortable. Children have less freedom to choose the things they read in school. Teachers have less freedom to discuss the real world, to teach the truth about our past and our present. People have less freedom to wear what they choose without fear of arrest. People have less freedom to make decisions about their bodies, about gender-affirming medical treatments, about abortions. And all of this is in America, the home of the brave and the land of the free, but not like that. I know that in Clarksville there are activists, there are justice seekers, there are human rights champions, there are free thinkers who are looking for us, who are looking for a place full of people who care, who promote, who affirm, who believe, who will welcome those who are being oppressed, who will not just love and affirm, but who will also stand up, who will be allies in this world that feels to many of us like the upside down right now. We have the opportunity, we have the privilege of being that place here. And we need to stop hiding our light under a bushel. Unitarian Universalists are often quiet, holding our tongues in the vein of, well, if you can't say something nice. We're good at finding the good, at grinding out the long game, at doing the strong, quiet work that makes a difference. But in this time, and in this place, we need to be loud. We need to let our community know that we're here, let them know what we're about. Because while we have the power of our convictions, while we have the faith in our purpose, we need to realize that there is indeed strength in numbers. Our community needs to know we have room.